It's just that, I don't know, scary music and editing can make anything seem like a horror film.
Excuse me. Your curtain. Please allow me to help.
Help? From you?
I didn't mean to offend. I just thought you should know that
That I should know what? That some privileged white guy thinks his opinion matters? Get over your entitlement. I'm not some damsel in distress waiting for you to ride in on your high horse.
Weird.
No!
It looks beautiful, but I don't know anything about her. So it's hard to develop some sort of admiration or connection with women when they're written very two-dimensional. And
saying that audiences will always line up to see her no matter what she does.
Every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
You know what's interesting?
This is no ordinary apple, my dear. It's a magic wishing apple. A wishing apple? You offer it to me freely. In place of the patriarchy, you would have a queen! Not white, but diverse, inclusive, and equitable! I will become the leader I know I can be! All shall love me and despair!
Oh, what has she done to you? Fear not. First love's kiss can break any curse.
Because there was so much backlash to her arrogance and just inanity.
It's great. Okay? It's great. I'm honored. I don't know why I sound so angry right now. I'm honored. Am I?
And when I say old Disney, I mean sort of the regime that decided that wokeness needed to be infused in every movie. If they keep going along this path, they're going to go bankrupt.
For the last 10 years, Disney, you ain't done shit.
I'm a narcissist. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again.
I'm sorry, but I don't really care what happens with this movie. I really hope her career is pretty much over.
And Rachel decides to go on really just a psychopathic, demented rant. You've just been living in Hollywood, La La Land for so long that you're just deranged.
You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken? Uh-oh.
Weird.
Rachel Zegler is extraordinarily woke, but she's woke in a way that's quite deranged.
The winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them.
Drama kid.
Oh my gosh.
Every time she speaks, she gets less likable. There's some clip of her on the internet in her Snow White outfit saying, "Every hour I am in the outfit of Snow White wearing the dress. All 18 hours, I deserve to be paid for every single one."
It began like something out of a storybook, then splintered like a fragile glass heel. Rachel Zegler stepped into the limelight armed with fiery rhetoric about dismantling the patriarchy, reimagining the classics, and becoming the emblem of Disney's future. But what was pitched as a bold reintroduction of beloved narratives quickly descended into full-scale chaos. The ambition? Impossible to miss. Rachel wasn't just aiming to perform, she was reaching for the throne, seizing control of the spotlight. But that sort of drive, in a dynasty founded on consistency and control, it doesn't just ruffle feathers. It paints a bullseye on your back. And in this business, when you attempt to defy the system without holding all the cards, the rules shift swiftly. Now the question looms, has she become box office poison? Due to all her disruptive behavior? From that point, it didn't simply unravel, it imploded. Rachel tried to clarify her stance, but her delivery betrayed the pressure. "I'm honored," she said. But the quiver in her tone, the flicker in her eyes, it all revealed the truth. She was no longer steering the ship. This wasn't authority, it was anxiety, carefully packaged as publicity control. Her persona? was spinning out, and the public could sense it. The narrative slipped out of her grasp. And when a performer loses control of the tale, Hollywood begins scouting for someone new. Someone who can inhabit the role and safeguard the brand. Don't need your business. Those were her words. You know what? Maybe Disney does. But no, it's the audience you need. The fans. The ones who buy the tickets. The ones whose money signs your checks. Rather than recalibrate, Rachel doubled down, daring fans to walk away, shrugging off valid feedback like she was beyond critique. And that's where everything pivoted. This wasn't just a celebrity clapping back. This was a performer turning her own supporters into adversaries. She behaved like she didn't need them, and the decision makers noticed. Because in an ecosystem powered by perception, brand trust isn't a bonus, it's survival. And once you begin torching your foundation, executives start insulating their assets. That's when people said, "You're unstable. Your actions need consequences. You're toxic." Then came the fatal quote, "I don't need your business." That was the tipping point. The equilibrium shattered. She wasn't just distancing herself from fans, she was challenging the entire structure. The consumers, the financiers, the corporate machinery backing the production. All of them dismissed with one line. It was arrogance without leverage. And the moment those words hit the airwaves, the atmosphere inside Disney shifted. Her role stopped being provocative and became a problem. And when problems speak too, loudly in Tinseltown, studios go quiet and start severing connections.
Did you go to the prom or any of that stuff, or would you have to go with your mom or something?
They had a prom, but then Disney also has like a separate prom for their
They
kids.
do?
Yeah, it's kind of.
Disney has a prom?
That's when the narrative flipped against her for good. Public sentiment cratered. Executives started asking a question no one wants floating around a franchise. Is she box office poison? And not just in gossip blogs. This was real, boardroom level talk. Merch forecasts were sliding, pre-sales were soft, analysts started warning investors. In an industry where risk equals cost, Rachel was stacking up more than just headlines. She was stacking red flags. And in that moment, she wasn't leading Disney's next era, she was stalling it.
And if you disagree with the sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business.
You know, what's really interesting about this is not that this is something new. Rachel Zegler has been doing this for a very long time.
But the clearest sign her seat at the table was gone? Pirates of the Caribbean. The franchise was being reshaped, and Rachel wanted in. There were whispers, meetings, mock-ups, early-stage prep. She thought this was her comeback, her real power move. But Disney was already shifting direction. Pirates is legacy IP, massive money, global reach, long-term play. And for that kind of stake, they needed someone with control. Rachel was no longer the right face, or the right risk. The studio moved, quietly, towards someone new.
Spanish captain was hunted and killed. Thousands of men.
No, men no. Pirates.
And just like that, the next player made her move. Jenna Ortega. While Rachel was caught in damage control, Jenna was already stepping into the frame. Pirates of the Caribbean wasn't just a casting shift, it was a full-on power transfer. Reports confirmed Disney had been developing a new storyline, with Jenna right in the center. She wasn't loud, she wasn't flailing, she was quiet, strategic, and unbothered. That's the move of someone who knows she's already being positioned. And when it comes to legacy roles, the quiet ones with clean hands tend to be the ones who win the kingdom.
No, I've been getting a little brushy about how do I feel? Let's address the elephant in the room. Great. Okay? Great. I'm honored. I don't know why I sound so angry right now. I'm honored. Am I a psychopath?
So how did Jenna Ortega pull this off? Simple. She was trained for it. Literally. Disney 101. Media coaching, image management, down to the hashtags. She didn't fight the system, she studied it. Interview footage shows the difference. Rachel wanted to rewrite the rules. Jenna, she learned how to play by them, then beat them at their own game. In a power-heavy town like Hollywood, that's what wins contracts. That's what builds empires. Rachel brought noise, Jenna brought strategy, and in this match, the silent prep paid off.
18 years, and you never knew you had a daughter, Captain?
And the optics? Couldn't have been more different. Jenna appeared on talk shows with ease, joked about prom nights, and kept things light. Surface level? Maybe. But that's the point. Studios love a face they can market without friction. While Rachel's interviews became a minefield of political soundbites and viral outbursts, Jenna served up the kind of image Disney can plaster on toys, trailers, and theme parks. No missteps, no headline risks, just clean, crowd-friendly charisma. And behind that, quiet control.
That is a beautiful dress you're wearing.
Thanks
What
so
is that
much.
made of?
It's made of glass, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes there's like pieces of it that are poking my ass.
Meanwhile, Rachel's response to losing Pirates didn't go unnoticed. Insiders claim she erupted. What should have been a quiet moment of letdown behind closed doors turned into a headline-grabbing fallout. Confidential reactions made their way out, bridges were singed, and just like that, studios weren't just stepping back, they were signaling others to follow suit. This wasn't a rising talent taking a stumble. It was someone completely misreading the atmosphere. And volatility, like that, it doesn't sit well in conference rooms. In an industry where public image is a form of capital, Rachel spent hers recklessly. I am Coco for Cocoa Pops. I am Google for Cocoa Pops. Go for Cocoa Pops. By the time she appeared on the red carpet, again, even throwaway remarks became national news. A quip about a glass dress, clumsy, poorly timed, and wildly misjudged. Intent didn't matter. The delivery was off, and the message it sent echoed the same problem that had plagued her all along. Rachel wasn't just losing gigs, she was losing her command. And when a public persona becomes erratic, the control in any room subtly, permanently shifts. Rachel Zegler didn't merely miss out on a part, she lost her standing in the game. What had once sounded like bold, rebellious declarations began unraveling into tactical blunders. She went from Disney's symbol of the next era to a cautionary tale almost overnight. Audiences withdrew, executives grew tense, and just like that, her name was showing up in studio conversations, but not for auditions. Merchandise momentum cooled. Partnerships hit pause. And by the time she made a play for Pirates of the Caribbean, the real decision was long sealed. Rachel wasn't just out of luck, she was out of alignment. While Rachel made noise, Jenna Ortega made moves. The cameras might have been fixed on Rachel, but casting calls were shifting quietly in Jenna's favor. No backlash, no baggage. Every studio box checked. When Rachel realized the spotlight had pivoted, the unraveling turned into its own spectacle. Studios distanced themselves, industry peers stepped away. Even her red carpet banter started sounding like a caution sign. That sense of power she once carried? Gone. What began as a casting face-off ended in a full-scale retreat. Rachel didn't just lose a role. She lost the chessboard. So now it's your turn to answer. Did Rachel Zegler fold the strongest hand Hollywood ever gave her? Or was she never really the one calling the shots? Smash that like button if you saw the downfall coming. Drop your take in the comments, we want to hear from you. And hit subscribe for more deep dives into the power moves behind the fame, because in 2025, Rachel Zegler tried to flip the script. But when the mirror cast its final vote, she wasn't the fairest of them all. Tap that like and subscribe for the wildest celeb dramas, hard truths, and endings you'll never forget.